General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, July 22nd. Anna Devane is back. She walks into the PCPD, reclaims her position, and pins that police chief badge right back onto her jacket. But the moment that medal hits her chest, the entire game changes. She immediately starts looking into the Pierce shooting. The official story is already written. The narrative claims that Cassius Faison pulled the trigger on Ross Cullum. It makes sense, right? It is neat. It is tidy. It wraps everything up in a perfect little bow. But, guys, Anna is a seasoned spy. She breathes deception. She looks at this file and she knows instantly that it is absolute garbage. Cassius is a convenient ghost, a dead scapegoat used to cover up a much darker truth. But who is the real shooter? I am telling you right now, Anna is already connecting the dots. And here is where things get messy. Jack Brennan is involved. Brennan is pulling the strings from the shadows, manipulating the evidence. I suspect Brennan is intentionally blinding the PCPD, pointing every single spotlight at the deceased Cassius Faison. Why? To protect a teenager, Rocco Falconeri. Rocco pulled the trigger. Rocco shot a WSB director to save Jason Morgan. Brennan knows it. Danny Morgan knows it. But Anna's gonna figure it out. And when she does, the fallout will be apocalyptic. You might think the WSB would give Rocco a pass. He saved Jason. He stopped a monster. But Anna Devane, she cannot look the other way. The PCPD has been dragged through the mud. Dante was ousted. Anna needs a massive win. She needs to restore the integrity of her police force. If that means putting handcuffs on Dante's teenage son, she will do it. Rocco is a ticking time bomb. His arrest is not just a possibility. If you ask me, it is an absolute countdown. But wait, it gets worse. That wasn't the real problem. Let's talk about Sonny Corinthos. The mob boss is playing a terrifying game of Russian roulette. We saw the previews for July 22. Sonny makes a proposal to ADA Justine Turner. A dangerous, risky offer. Justine immediately shuts it down. She warns him. She tells him that if he pushes this agenda, they are both gonna burn. On the surface, it looks like Sonny is just being Sonny. Trying to buy a prosecutor. Trying to bend the law to crush his enemies like Jen Sidwell. But I do not think Sonny wants her to break the law at all. I think this is a brutal, calculated test. Sonny has been betrayed too many times recently. His empire is shaking. He looks at Justine Turner and he sees a wild card. He needs to know if she is a true believer in justice or if she has a price. If she had accepted his dirty offer, Sonny would have known instantly that she could be bought by anyone. By his enemies. By the feds. Her rejection, her stern warning, that was exactly what Sonny wanted to hear. He is mapping the board. He is figuring out who he can actually trust when the real war begins. Justine passed the test, but she has no idea she was even taking an exam. Sonny is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Guys, this is where it gets incredibly interesting. Brick is back in town. Sonny summoned him to destroy Valentine Cassadine. And Brick delivers. He walks right up to Carly Spencer and hands her a USB drive. A tiny piece of plastic that holds the power to completely nuke her entire romance. Brick tells her it has the dirt she needs to cut Valentine out of her life forever. But here's my theory. I do not think that USB just has a few photos of Valentine doing shady corporate deals. I think it is bigger. So much bigger. I suspect Brick stumbled into the WSB's darkest, most highly classified files. I think that drive contains the absolute truth about Ross Cullum. About the deadly cold fusion project. About the assassination. And most importantly, Valentine's real role in all of it. Carly takes the drive. She holds it in her hand, but she doesn't run to Valentine. She doesn't scream at him. She hides it. She keeps it a secret. Why? Because Carly Spencer is not stupid. She knows that if she confronts Valentine right now, he will spin it. He is a master manipulator. He will lie straight to her face. I think Carly's going to investigate this completely on her own. She is going into the shadows. She wants to verify every single file on that drive before she makes her move. But by doing this, she is walking blindfolded into a minefield. If Valentine realizes she has that drive, if the WSB realizes Brick hacked their servers, Carly is going to be the target of a massive manhunt. She is trying to find the truth, but she might just trigger a trap that someone else set specifically for her. She is risking her life, her freedom, and her family just to find out who she is really sleeping with. What happened next may be even worse. Britt Westbourne is a free woman. She walked out of that jail cell. She found out her Huntington's disease was a complete lie. A sick, twisted medical fraud orchestrated by Ross Cullum and Jen Sidwell. Now she is marching right back into General Hospital. She says she wants her old job back. She says she wants to be a doctor again. Do you believe that? Because I don't, not for a single second. Britt didn't just go back to GH to check on patients and prescribe antibiotics. She is on a mission. I am absolutely convinced she is looking for a specific file. A hidden medical record? Something buried deep in the GH archives that proves exactly how Cullum and Sidwell pulled off their fake diagnosis. And standing right in her way is the new guy. Dr. Tristan Roberts. They are already clashing. They are already at each other's throats. But this is not just a workplace rivalry. Tristan is too new. He is too perfectly placed. I think Tristan is guarding the very secret Britt is trying to uncover. Maybe he was planted there. Maybe he knows about the falsified lab results. Their war in the hospital corridors is going to blow the lid off a massive medical conspiracy. Britt is not looking for a paycheck. She is looking for revenge. She wants to tear down whoever helped fake her death sentence, and Tristan Roberts might be the first casualty in her war. And then everything spiraled completely out of control. Lulu Spencer and Charlotte Cassadine are screaming at each other. Again, Carly tried to give Charlotte advice, but it completely failed. The mother-daughter relationship is in absolute shreds. Lulu thinks this is just teenage rebellion. She thinks Charlotte is just throwing a tantrum because she wants to see her criminal father, Valentine. But Lulu is completely blind to the reality of the situation. Charlotte is not just being a brat. Charlotte knows something. She lived under Carly's roof with Valentine for months. She heard the phone calls. She saw the panic. She knows about the Geneva mission. I think Charlotte is holding on to a massive secret. A secret that Lulu cannot even fathom. I truly believe Charlotte is trying to protect Valentine from a hidden danger. A threat that the adults haven't even noticed yet. Charlotte is acting out because she is terrified. She knows that if she tells the truth, someone is going to die. And Lulu's strict parenting is only pushing her closer to the edge. If Lulu doesn't wake up and realize her daughter is carrying a dangerous, life-threatening burden, this family is going to shatter permanently. Charlotte is playing a dangerous game of espionage all by herself, and she is way out of her depth, but that is not even the biggest surprise. We need to talk about Dante Falconeri. Dante is preparing to make a move. A surprising proposal. Everyone thinks he is going to get down on one knee. They think he is going to ask Lulu or someone else to marry him. A beautiful, romantic moment. Guys, do not fall for it. General Hospital is playing us like a fiddle. This is a classic misdirection. Even if Dante has a diamond ring burning a hole in his pocket, that proposal is never going to happen. The timing is too perfect for a total disaster. Just as Dante is about to ask the question, the world is going to cave in. Maybe Anna Devane kicks down the door with an arrest warrant for Rocco. Maybe Jack Brennan's massive cover-up completely collapses, dragging Dante into a federal investigation. The romance is a smokescreen. The writers are setting us up for a moment of pure joy, just so they can rip it away in the most brutal way possible. Dante thinks he is securing his future, but his past is about to violently catch up with him. The chain reaction is unstoppable now. Anna is digging into a murder that Brennan is trying to bury. Rocco is walking around completely unaware that the police chief is painting a target on his back. Sonny is testing his allies because he knows a bloodbath is coming. Carly is sitting on a digital bomb that could send Valentin to federal prison for the rest of his life. Britt is tearing through a hospital looking for a ghost. Charlotte is keeping secrets that could get her killed. And Dante is planning a wedding while his entire life is about to burn to the ground. Every single one of these people thinks they are in control. They think they have the upper hand. But they are all being played. The secrets are too big. The lies are too deep. Someone is going to make a fatal mistake. A massive secret is about to be dragged, kicking and screaming into the light. And when it drops, a beloved character is going to end up behind bars. A relationship is going to be destroyed forever. A plan is going to spectacularly collapse. We are looking at the edge of a cliff, and everyone is about to jump. You absolutely cannot miss what happens next.
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.